Basically, all afternoon I've been wanting to film this video, but because it's a nice sunny day outside, all of my neighbours have decided to mow their lawns / grass, and it's super loud. So finally they've stopped. Let's hope they don't start again. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a video all about MAC makeup. So I was actually going to film my MAC makeup collection and favourites video, but I decided that I've got a lot of MAC makeup and it was probably going to take a really long time for me to show every single thing I own from MAC in a video, so I decided that was not a good idea, just in case it wasn't a very popular video and I spent a really long time filming it. So I thought I would whittle my favourite products down to 10. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 MAC makeup products. So maybe you're just starting out in makeup and you wanted to know what my favourite MAC products were, because maybe you're thinking of purchasing something and you're not really sure where you should start with MAC makeup. So hopefully this video will be helpful to you in some way, or maybe you just want to see what my favourite bits are. The sun is coming out. Why does this always happen when I want to film a video? So yeah, I'm just going to jump straight in and start showing you my favourite MAC products. So I'm going to start with something you can probably all guess. This is my MAC eyeshadow palette. I'm counting this as one product because I'm just speaking about the eyeshadows in general from MAC. So I actually started building up this palette when I was working for MAC, and I kept kind of picking up shades here and there, and then I finally managed to fill the whole of this palette, and it's literally my pride and joy. It's the one eyeshadow palette that I reach for all of the time. If you can hear a scratching noise, it's because my cat is scratching to get into this room. But she can't come in because she will want to eat my gerbils. So yeah, this makeup palette is literally my pride and joy. It's the one eyeshadow palette that I always reach for, obviously because I put it together myself, so every single shade in here is just beautiful, and they're all shades that I use pretty much on a daily basis. My all-time favourite one is probably this one in the corner here, and this is the shade Expensive Pink. It's a really beautiful pinky orange colour. In some lights it shines pink, in some lights it looks a bit orangey, a bit of a tan colour, and it's just beautiful, and it's definitely one of my favourites out of the palette. So I'm not going to sit and tell you every single shade in this palette, but I think at some point I might have to do a blog post on it because I get a lot of questions asking about the colours in here. I think the easiest way for me to do that would just be to write a blog post all about the colours in here and kind of a little bit more information about building your own MAC palette. But yeah, the eyeshadows are amazing. They're all super pigmented, they last a really long time on the eyes, and they're really easy to blend. So this is my first top MAC product. Next up, I'm going to be talking about a skincare / makeup MAC product. This is the Charged Water. So I used to be a massive fan of the Fix Plus. It's a very popular product in MAC, and I was going to put it in this video, but I decided to talk about Charged Water instead. Charged Water basically does the same thing, but it's slightly more of a skincare product compared to a makeup product. It hydrates your skin really, really well, and I just find that it's a little bit more moisturising and hydrating on the skin than Fix Plus is. I use this on my beauty blender before I apply my makeup. I also spritz it on my skin throughout the day. I use it during my skincare routine. If I just feel like I want a bit of a face mist, I use this. It's a very, very multi-use product, and I feel like it's very underrated and gets kind of overshadowed a little bit by Fix Plus, but I actually prefer this one. Next up, I'm going to be talking about a foundation, and I didn't even find it difficult to choose my favourite MAC foundation. I've gone for the MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation, and this one is actually all gone. I've got a brand new one waiting to be opened, but I used up the last of this one this morning. I basically wear it on my skin every single day. I just think it's the best foundation out there, not even just for MAC, like the best foundation I've ever used. It does exactly what I want a foundation to do. It gives me medium buildable coverage, or you can have quite a light coverage with it. It just depends how you apply it, but I get quite a medium / full coverage out of this one, and I just feel like it does last on my skin all day. It leaves me looking flawless, and it covers what I want it to cover without my skin looking cakey, and I just find that I reach for this every single day, and I cannot sing its praises enough. I've then got a concealer. Again, this one was not difficult for me to choose. I've got the Pro Longwear concealer. This is so messy, I do apologise, but it comes in a little pump, and I've actually again used this one up. I've got a new one waiting for me to open, but this is just amazing. It can be used for so many different things. Some days I like to use it underneath my eyes. If my skin's quite tanned, I can use it under my eyes because it's a good colour, but if I'm looking really pale, then it's a little bit too dark. But yeah, it's great for under eye concealer. It doesn't crease, it covers what you want it to cover again, and it just looks really lovely and natural on the skin, but it's definitely got very full coverage. But the reason I like to use this mostly is just to cover any spots or redness that I've got. I just find that it works amazingly, and again stays on my skin all day long, and it's just the concealer that I always reach for. I've then got a powder. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and this is actually in the shade Medium Tan, but I'm just talking about mineralized skin finish powders in general. I've got the shade Light, which I like to use as an all over powder, which I love, and then I've also got the shade Medium Tan, which looks like this. I use this as my everyday bronzer, and I've had this for a really long time now. I haven't even really made a dent in it. It lasts for ages. This colour here is a really nice natural one for a bronzer. I've got it on today, and as you can see, it is really natural looking, but I just thought I would mention this because I do think they're great, and obviously they come in so many different shades, so you can find one that's going to suit you whether you want to use it as a powder or a bronzer. There are so many different shades available, so definitely check this out if you're looking for a new powder or bronzer. Next, I decided to go for a highlighter, and this is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Lightscapade. I think this is actually old packaging because this is quite an old highlighter. I have got a massive dip in it though, so I'm probably going to have to get a new one at some point. But this is what the highlighter looks like. It's very gorgeous. It's quite a pale highlighter, so it's really good if you've got fair skin like myself. But again, you can use this on darker skin tones as well. It's just seeing what works best for you. But yeah, this is amazing. It's a very natural looking highlighter. It's not too overboard or too glittery, and you can really pack it on and it doesn't look too much. It does look quite glowy, and it's got a really nice natural finish to it. And yeah, there's not really much else I can say, but it's my favourite MAC highlighter. I then decided to go for a blusher. This is in the shade Harmony, and the reason I actually really like this blusher is not to use it as a blusher. I like to use it as a contour slash blusher product. It's really strange, but because it's quite an ash toned blush, it works really well on fair skin as a contour. I haven't actually got this on today, which is kind of stupid. I probably should have put some on, but I've used this in so many makeup tutorials, so if you want to see it in action, then just check out some of my makeup tutorials. Okay, I've got an eye product. This is Max Pigment, and this is actually in the shade Vanilla. I love using this one as an eyeshadow, but also as a highlighter. It's basically a beautiful frost coloured pigment, and as the name would suggest, they are very pigmented, and you can get these in so many different colours. And I feel like I talk about MAC pigments a lot in my videos because I do feel like they're very underrated. Not a lot of people speak about them, and I think they're incredible. You can use this as a highlighter, or you can use it as an eyeshadow. You can use it for so many different things. But yeah, this is like my favourite shade. I've got a few other shades as well, but this is the one I thought I would mention in this video. I've got a lip liner. This is in the shade Subculture. Now, I'm talking about MAC lip liners in general. I think they're really great. You can also get Pro Longwear lip pencils, which I've actually never used on myself. I used them on customers when I was working in MAC, and I did really like them. I felt like they glided onto the lips really easily. But this is just the standard lip pencil, the one that you have to sharpen, and yeah, this is the shade Subculture, which is my favourite of all of them. I really like to use this on days where I want my lips to look very natural. It just gives them a tiny flush of colour and makes them just look a little bit better than your own shade of your lips. Your lips bit better, basically. That's what this shade is. But yeah, MAC lip pencils are great. These last forever on the lips. They don't rub off. You can drink and eat with them on, and they will still be on there afterwards. So check out MAC lip pencils. And then the last product I'm going to be talking about today, you can probably all guess, because this wouldn't be a MAC favourite video without talking about MAC lipsticks. So I've got a couple of shades here. I've chosen the shade Cherish just to show you as one of my favourite nude colours. It's so pretty. It's almost like a tanned orangey toned nude, but I love it, and I feel like it's just one of the ones that I reach for quite a lot, especially if I'm having quite a neutral makeup day. This is a satin finish, so it's not matte, but it's not completely glossy, and I really like the satin finish ones. I've then got the shade Spirit, which again is a satin, and again this is a really nice nude. It's slightly more pink toned than Cherish, but yeah, again, another favourite. I've then got Stone, which is a matte lipstick, and this is a very dark brown. I've used quite a lot of this, and I feel like this is a great one to wear on a night out, or if you just fancy something a little bit more dark, a bit more vampy, this is a great choice. And then the last one I've got is Velvet Teddy, which I had to show because look how much I've got left. I've basically used up the whole lipstick, and I don't actually wear it that much anymore. I feel like this was one of my first MAC favourite lipsticks, but I thought I'd feature it in the video anyway because I've basically used the whole thing up. So they were my top 10 MAC products. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and found it helpful in some way. Definitely let me know down below in the comments what your favourite MAC products are, because I would be really interested to know, or let me know if you've got any dupes for any of the products that I've shown today, or just leave me a nice little comment down below and I will reply to you. But yeah, please remember to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Remember to click the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And I think that's it for today's video. I'm going to go and edit this now and get it uploaded because today is my last day off for a couple of days. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you guys very soon in another video. Goodbye! Ugh, that looks gross. All the little swatches on my hand.